Daily news, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Today is the 4th of December at 2025. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms. So, guys, things that are heating up regarding to businessmen Mike Chimombe and Mpofu. Remember, they were found guilty because of Nyaya, and so they are said to be sentenced. And yes, so convicted businessmen Mike Chimombe and Mpofu, who together have 24 children and an estimated net worth of around $3 million, appeared in court on Wednesday for pre-sentencing as a state called for them to be jailed for 35 years. Chimombe, who has 3 wives and 15 minor children, is their sole provider. Mpofu said he has 9 children, 8 of whom are still in school. The 2 were found guilty of defrauding the state of millions intended to buy goods for Zimbabwe poorest families. Sentencing is scheduled for Monday, 8 December 2025. They secured the tender using forged documents to supply 632,001 goods under the presidential GO scheme, which targets orphans, child-headed households, and elderly, the disabled, and the chronically ill. Prosecutor Whisper Mabaudi urged High Court Judge Justice Pisirai Kwenda to impose a 35-year sentence, describing the offense as one that shocks the conscience. Chimombe's lawyer argued for a lighter sentence. Asho Mugia said Chimombe is a first offender, diabetic, and already spent months in custody. He argued that Chimombe is a rags to riches businessman who owns properties in Borodo, $800,000, and Chinoi, $120,000, and vehicles worth about $200,000, and is ready to make restitution. Love Maduku, who is also Chimombe's lawyer, added that the ministry's tender committee failed to do due diligence and should share some responsibility, suggesting Chimombe be barred from future government projects and that the time already served missed the justice of the case. Under close examination during mitigation, Mpofu finally issued an apology, which the state said had been conspicuously absent. Mpofu said, "I first want to apologize to the president and the people of Zimbabwe. I regret everything that happened in the presidential pass on GO scheme that I and Bloodleg were entrusted to oversee." Remember that Bloodleg, that's the company. Yes, as a citizen, I have confidence in all the programs that are rolled out by the government to empower its people. I want to apologize on behalf of Bloodleg, its directors and shareholders, that we failed to verify or perform due diligence, that the Zimbabwe tax clearance and NASA certificate were genuine or fraudulent. The papers were fraudulent, and I stand in court today to admit that we failed on our part. He blamed poor internal controls at Bloodleg for the forged Zimbabwe and tax clearance documents. Mpofu said he hoped restitution could be arranged with assistance from the bank through our lawyers, but admitted he did not personally have the funds. When the prosecutor pressed him about his assets, he revealed that he owns a house valued at $1.5 million, which he transferred to a family trust in 2017 or 2018. Mabaudi argued that if Mpofu were sincere, he should have declared all his assets, including livestock. So, guys, that's the latest here. And so, I mean, they'll be fine. Even if these guys are sentenced to 10 years or whatsoever, I mean, they'll be fine. Because I'll tell you guys that marriage doctors, guys, imagine whereby normal Zimbabwean doesn't have. And at least there's a tinema which is worth $200,000, and yes, tinema under 7,000, 6,000. So kana Mpofu kana Chimombe ane motikari, josvika $200,000 anemba kuborodo. I mean, they'll be fine. They'll be really be fine, and they can sell that house. They can move back to ghetto. I don't think kuti vana vaChimombe kana Mpofu vanofana nzara. According to the papers here, they're saying that vana vanosvika zvekoma 24 combined, and they have 24 children, like for real. Yes, Chimombe ane vakadzi 3 and 15 minor children. Yes, that's Chimombe ane vakadzi 3 and 15 minor children, and he's their sole provider. And Mpofu arikuti ane vana 9, all of them they are still in school, so they can sell the assets, then they can move back to they can sell the assets and buy smaller holdings. And yes, I mean, when auto adjust their lifestyle, because they'll be going in for a long time. And so a prosecutor whisper about that they need to be sentenced to 35 years, because nyaya yakaita iri serious. They used public funds kuti iwo benefit iwo pache zvawo. Saka ingori nyaya greedy, and I don't think kuti aibofunga zvoenda kumberi, and for them to use my fake papers to apply for this tender was a wrong move. And I mean, vanhu vakatarombo rakanaka kuti tender vakatopuwa zvavo, and in the first place they were the first I would say the first choice to get this tender, and they abused that trust yavakapuwa kunzi vakwanisa kuprovide mbudzi idzi, and they used fake documents, which I think is so bad. Like for you, but people attend the mari yavanodai so more kutamba, whereby many people are really struggling out there. I want to do my tender here, but varikuwashaya. And so we'll be keeping you guys up to date with the latest here. And remember that they'll be sentenced next week, I think. Yeah, next week, and we'll be keeping you guys here up to date with the latest here on Daily News, Breaking News on Prince Mina Entertainment TV. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads that we do upload here. So thank you for listening, thank you for watching. This is Daily News, Breaking News, Everyday News. So they'll be sentenced on Monday, which is the 8th of December 2025. Bless you.